Okay. So today we will discuss the population dynamics, the chapter of population, about demography, the basic terms, right? So what will be the coverage of this session? So we will discuss the basic terms like birth rate, death rate, growth rate, what is the meaning of total fertility rate, life expectancy, maternal mortality rate, IMR, CMR. So all these are the basic terms which you will find regularly in news, right? After that, we will discuss three theories of population. So these theories include theories of Malthus, theory given by the Marx, and theory given by the theory of demographic transition, right? So many of these things are not in the study material, and you will find that you will get a lot of information, conceptual things in this particular discussion, and I will give you a copy of this PPT after this class. Okay. Then we will discuss some of the important trends in India's population or India's demography, like the concept of demographic dividend, age pyramid, missing women, all these things. Then there are different family planning programs started by Indian government from time to time, including the National Population Policy 2010. And in the last, we will also see what are the government interventions to control the population as of now. And lastly, we will see the Population Control Bill 2019, right? So this is the current affair issue. And if we see from the examination point of view, then this chapter is not highly important. You will not find much of the questions in the previous year. Rarely any question is asked, but this chapter will build your foundation for reading the newspaper, and the census in India takes place every 10 years. So last time it took in 2011, and now it will be conducted next. Like the process has to start this year. It is delayed because of the corona lockdown, and the data will come next year, right? So next year this topic will become highly important, right? So this topic will become highly important for the 2021 examination because the census will be conducted and the data will be coming next year. So you will start seeing a lot of news immediately after the lockdown is over. So that is how this population chapter also becomes important for the examination point of view in the upcoming time, right? So starting with the basic concept. The first concept is birth rate, or this is also called as the crude birth rate. So birth rate or crude birth rate. So this is also called as CBR. CBR means crude birth rate or gross birth rate, right? Now just understand this formula. I don't think any questions will be coming from these things, but still you should be clear, right? So that when you are reading the newspaper, you are clear about the basic fundamentals. You do not know, UPSC might ask the question in the prelims, or you might get a question in the interview also, right? So you should have the basic understanding of all these terms from that point of view. And even for the mains examination, the questions might come. For example, there was a question whether population is resulting into the poverty or poverty is resulting into the population. Give your arguments. So these type of question can be solved if you have the basic understanding about this term. You can utilize these terms in the examination hall only if you have gone through the basic meaning of this term and you understand them very clearly, right? So starting from the birth rate or crude birth rate, it means the number of live birth. Live birth means those children who did not die at the time of birth during the year, divided by estimated mid-year population. Why we are taking mid-year population? Because this is the average of start of the year and end of the year. So this gives the average population, right? So this gives the average population. That is why we are taking the mid-year population, right? Multiplied by 1000. So this is the birth rate. Then next concept is death rate. The next concept is death rate. So it indicates the number of death divided by mid-year population multiplied by 1000, right? So all these figures are per 1000. All these figures are per 1000. That means if I say birth rate is 17, that means 17 per 1000. If I say death rate is 10, that means 10 people are dying per 1000 in a particular year. Now, what is the growth rate? So growth rate is the difference between the two, that is the birth rate and the death rate, right? So crude birth rate minus crude death rate, this is the growth rate. This is the growth rate, and this actually leads to the population increase. This leads to the population increase, and this gives the annual growth rate, current annual growth rate. Then we have infant mortality rate. Infant mortality rate. So this infant mortality rate means the number of death of children less than 1 year of age. The point to note is it is talking about less than 1 year of age in a year. In a year divided by, so as a proportion of number of live birth. So those children who did not die at the time of their birth, right? So they were born live, right? They were not born dead, right? So they were born live. That those are called live birth, right? So number of death of children less than 1 year of age in a year divided by number of live birth in the same year multiplied by 1000. So this is the IMR, infant mortality rate. Then we have child mortality rate, CMR, right? So number of death of children less than 5 years of age, right? So in case of infant, this is less than 1 year. In case of child, this is less than 5 years. Rest of the things remain the same. Next, we have maternal mortality rate, maternal mortality ratio. The total number of female death. So it is the death of the female, death of the pregnant women due to complications of pregnancy, childbirth, or within 42 days of delivery, right? So either at the time of childbirth or during the pregnancy or within 42 days of the delivery, right? From perpetual causes in a year during a given in an area, for example in the India or in the Uttar Pradesh, in the Delhi, during a given year, divided by the total number of live births in the same area and year, right? So it is divided by the total number of live birth in the same area and year, right? And it can be per 1000 also, it can be per lakh also, right? So for example, in India, we have the target of 1 per lakh or 100 per 1000, right? So this figure can be either one, like we can take it per lakh also, and we can take it per 1000 also. So when you are reading about the maternal mortality rate, please read it carefully, the data, whether the data is given per lakh or the data is given per 1000. Then we have total fertility rate, total fertility rate. So this total fertility rate means the estimated number of children born to each female during the birthing age of 15 to 45 years, right? So एक female कितने बच्चों को जन्म देती है during her child bearing age. So this child bearing age considered to be age between the 15 to 45 years, right? So during this time, how many children are born? Number of children born divided by the number of women between in the childbearing age, right? So this is the total fertility rate. How much is the target of total fertility rate, or how much is the replacement rate? Replacement rate कितना होता है? किसी को कुछ idea? Anyone can give? How much is the replacement level of TFR? कोई बताएगा? Replacement का मतलब क्या है? पहली बात तो replacement का it means that how many children should be born to a woman which can replace the women and her husband. ठीक है, तो हम जो हमारे दो वाला जो कॉन्सेप्ट होता है वो रिप्लेसमेंट के लिए होता है, that the couple should be able to replace themselves by producing a particular number of children. So this replacement level is considered to be 2.1, right? Why this is not 2? Normally 2 होना चाहिए, one for husband, one for wife, but this is considered to be 2.1 considering the contingency of death. ठीक है, that there will be death, so considering that, the replacement level is considered to be little bit higher than the 2.1. so this 2.1 has been determined by various population experts. Now, marriage rate, number of marriage in the year divided by major population. Not very popular, but still you should know. Life expectancy, the number of years which an individual at a given age could expect to live at present mortality rate. So considering the present mortality rates, the present situation of health, etc., how many number of years a person is expected to live, right? How much is the average age of the person, right? This is the life expectancy. Sex ratio, it is defined as the number of female per 1000 males, right? Or this is also called as female male ratio, or FMR, right? There is one more term, child sex ratio. So child sex ratio is basically number of girls up to 6 years of age per 1000 boys up to 6 years of age, right? So in case of child mortality rate, we are considering 5 years of age. In case of sex ratio, we are considering 6 years of age, right? And why we are calculating child sex ratio differently? So that we can identify how much is the recent sex ratio. अभी recent में कितना sex ratio है? So government is taking a lot of measures to improve the sex ratio, to improve the female ratio among the male. So what is the result of that? उसका result क्या है? Whether those efforts are leading to increase in the sex ratio or not. So that is visible from the child sex ratio, right? So we have the schemes like Beti Bachao Beti Padhao Yojana. All those schemes, whether these schemes are resulting into some benefit or not. So all those things are can be calculated only if we know what is the child sex ratio. Now, sex ratio in India. This is the figure starting from 1921, right? So you can see in 1921 it was 955, comparatively better, and then it declined. Then it declined further. In 1971 it declined further. In 1927 it declined further. 1991 it declined further, right? 2001 it improved, and then in 2011 it further improved, right? So it is improving slowly in the last around 20 years. Next is dependency ratio. So this dependency ratio means how many people are dependent upon the working age population, right? So children between 0 to 14 years of age, and the uh, population more than 65 years of age, right? So children cannot work, they cannot earn. Similarly, the people more than 65 years of age, they can also not earn. This is the assumption here. They are dependent, and they are dependent upon whom? They are dependent upon the population between 15 to 64 years of age, right? So it is not the total population. Please be careful here in the denominator. We do not have population of the total population, right? We are taking the working age population. This 15 to 64, this is called working age population, right? And multiplied by 100, right? So, for example, if I say 65% is the dependency ratio, then it means 65 people are dependent on the 100 people, like that, right? So, this dependency ratio should be less. Then if this dependence ratio is less, then it means we have the demographic dividend, right? Then there is a term called density of population, right? So in Indian census, density is defined as the number of persons living per square kilometer. You should understand this, that this is the number of person living per square kilometer, right? In 2005, the density was 345. Family size, it means the total number of person in a family. And in demographically, like demographically, is it joint family or is it a nuclear family? So here the concept is very simple. The total number of children born by the women during her childbearing age, right? So this is the demographic family size, right? So it is referring to the nuclear family. Literacy and education. What is the meaning of literacy? So a person is deemed literate if he or she can read and write with understanding. So क्या criteria है? Read and write with understanding in any language, right? And uh, age above 7 years. So if a person is of more than 7 years and can read and write with understanding in any language, reading or writing दोनों ही होनी चाहिए in any language, and the person's age should be above 7 years, then the person is supposed to be a literate person. If the person is not able to do either reading or writing, then the person is not called to be literate, the person is illiterate. In 2011, which was the last census, this rate was 74.04%. Now there is another term called migration, right? So what is the meaning of migration? It means the movement of people from one place to another, right? So people are moving from Uttar Pradesh, Bihar to the states like Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, right, in search of the job, right? So that is migration. The movement of people from one place to another for the purpose of taking permanent or semi-permanent residence, usually across a political boundary. So the political boundary can be at the state level or it can be at the national level. So people are moving from India to the USA, from India to the UK. So that is also another, that is international migration, or that is a cross-border migration. If we see within the India across the state, that is called internal migration, right? Immigration. What is immigration? That is people moving in to another country, right? Moving in. So how many people are coming from outside India to settle into India? That is called immigration, right? Emigration, the people who are going away from their home country. So how many people are leaving India for the in search of job, or maybe because of marriage, or because of study, right? So all those are the people who are emigrating. So example has been given here. If you were to move to England, you will be emigrating from India and immigrating into England. migrant. What is the meaning of migrant? Migrant is a person who at the time of census is residing. The main point is residence, right? Residence can be for any purpose. It can be because of marriage. It can be because not because of marriage, because in case of marriage, like we do not consider it to be migrant, but because especially because of education and because of the employment, right? Census is residing at different place than his or her domicile. Domicile means the place of birth, right? तो कर्म भूमि और जन्म भूमि दोनों अलग अलग जब होती है तो उसको हम बोलते हैं माइग्रेंट. Nowadays we are facing a big problem, like these migrants are facing the big problem because of the lockdown. We can hear a lot of people are moving from Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu to their hometowns in Uttar Pradesh, Bihar and Madhya Pradesh and so on, which is a very difficult situation. The government is taking measures, but still those measures are insufficient. Marriage being the most common reason, right? एंड फीमेल्स के लिए तो मैरिज होता है और मेल्स के लिए एम्प्लॉयमेंट होता है.